Mistaken identity. Be a unicorn to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And our idiom for today, our mental well-being related idiom is mistaken identity. We're talking about identity today on the annual challenge and all the components and all the things that make up our identity and what influences our identity, how we can actually choose our identity. If you're a business owner, and you probably are if you're listening to me here, and you've been online, and you probably are if you're listening to me here, for any amount of time, you've heard a lot about create your brand identity. What is your brand? What is your personal brand? What is your business brand? What is your identity? Who do you relate to? On and on and on. And all of it is to make sure that we have a unique and special place in the very busy, very loud world that we live in today. And I say that means we need to be unique. Unique meaning you need to be yourself. Mistaken identity, I'm trying to think, people have thought I've been someone else sometimes in my life, but nothing that stands out in my memory as a huge thing. Of course, until I met my ex-husband's girlfriend, and she and I could definitely be sisters or almost twinsies. So it's pretty funny. People, I'm sure, could mistake my identity with hers on occasion, especially if they haven't seen either of us for a long time. So how do we make sure that people don't make the wrong assumptions based on thinking that we are something or something else? A lot of businesses start out as copycat businesses. They get into an industry, and instead of creating their own unique thing, they try to copy someone else. I kind of think of, Pepsi-Cola and Coca-Cola and their ongoing battle for beverage sales, right? Well, Pepsi and Coke, if you're not super discerning, they taste a lot alike. Now, this is from a person that hasn't had soda since 2010, so I might not be the best judge of sodas, and it may not be the best example. But whenever we are copying someone else, we aren't creating our own unique, being ourselves position in our industry and in our business, we are always battling for market share and battling for and creating more competition for ourselves. It's when we stand out and we uniquely serve the people that we're here to serve, and only those people, and then a few others come along, right, that we can do the best job and make our mark in our industry. Well, how do we go about doing that? How do we make sure that we are not mistaken or compared inappropriately to somebody else or something else? Bottom line, by being yourself, by injecting your personality, your business's core values, personality, and all the other characteristics that make up identity into your business and into your brand. It'll impact your culture, it'll impact who you do and do not serve, what you do and do not do for people, and it will be built through the entire being and soul of your organization. So how do we make sure that we're not mistaken for someone else? Well, we lower the possibility of identity theft or identity mistakes by making sure that the information about us is accurate and out in the world. Now, how do we do that? We make sure that our social media profiles are updated and current. We keep an eye out for people that are stealing our images and copying our information and creating fake profiles. A famous friend of mine, I just noticed the other day, I got a friend request from him, and I realized his name was spelt wrong. And I'm like, well, this isn't even the person. And then they hit me up, of course, the second message with some kind of a network marketing or canned post. And I'm like, there's no way this is the person that's my friend. So I contacted him and I said, hey, it looks like somebody is using your image, your brand name on Instagram. I've and he's like, oh, it's not me, report them. So I reported him and so on and so forth. And it's happened to, if you're on social media for any length of time, it's happened to you. I've had almost every social media platform, I've had my identity stolen, and I'm just like kind of a nobody. So if it's happening to me, then it's happening to people with bigger followings, bigger names, more than ever. So we want to protect ourselves by being out there, being you. One of the best ways to do that is to be present, be consistent, be out in the worlds that you're participating in, so that people know that it's you or it's not you. I do a lot of videos like this, so it's pretty hard for somebody to pretend they're me if they're not, showing up in the videos, etc. So I think video is a great way to avoid being mistaken for someone else, because you're sharing you, you're sharing your personality, you're out there in front of people being you. Hopefully you're not doing fake videos. Although, let's be honest, there's a whole lot of those. It's like reality TV. You know, the internet is very much reality TV, and we forget that a lot of it is scripted. Obviously, mine is not scripted. So make sure that you're out there. Make sure that the information is right. Make sure that you check your government-related listings and things, and that your information is correct and current. Make sure you protect your information, your personal information. You know, things like social security numbers, identification, things that could get you into trouble if somebody were to steal or wanted to steal your identity. And my question for you today, I guess, is, have you ever been mistaken for someone else? Have you ever had your identity stolen? I don't know how many people or what percentage of the population has nowadays, but I know mine's been stolen a couple of times. I know my dad's had been stolen 3 or 4 times. His name was Einar Horn. How many people have that name? Not very many. So that's interesting. Mistaken identity, but pretending to be someone else or being mistaken for someone else, although in the beginning it feels like a form of flattery, or if somebody steals your information, it feels like a form of flattery. Actually, in the beginning, it feels really painful, and it annoys the daylights out of you, and you just want to sue them. And after you go longer and longer and do more, you realize that there's just always going to be people out there that want to cheat and scam the system, and it's pretty easy to shut them down. Just have a nice lawyer, or a nice mean lawyer, I say. All right, so share in the comments below your experience with this particular idiom, mistaken identity. Have you ever mistaken yourself or something for something that it's not? I know I've bought fake branded things before. Obviously I have a cold, and that always kind of irritates you when you spend a whole lot of money and then you find out that it's a fake. All right, have an awesome day. I will be with you tomorrow, hopefully coughing and sneezing and less stuffy, as we continue to explore for the month of March mental well-being related idioms. Have a great day.